You're locked into Elevated Radio FM.
And welcome to Elevated Radio. My name is Rick Delgado. I'm your host, and welcoming to the show right now out of Jefferson City, Missouri, is the owner at JR Pain Management. I'll tell you what the JR stands for in a moment. You can reach out to them a couple different ways, actually. You can jump online, go to visit the website, jrpainmanagement.com. That's J as in, Julie. R as in Rungert. Painmanagement.com. Or you can give them a call directly as well. The phone number's right there. 573-230-1748. I think I've alluded to who I'm going to be talking to. Julie Rungert, welcome to the show. How are you?
Well, I am doing great.
All right. Well, thank you for taking the time and jumping on with us. Hey, before we get started here, Julie, do me a favor. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do as the owner at JR Pain Management.
Well, I'm the owner of JR Pain Management, and I do reflexology, and it's a science that deals with reflexes in the feet, and they correspond with all the glands, organs, and parts of the body, and we do a unique method of pressure on these areas with the thumb and fingers.
Okay. Now, how did you get into this to start with here, Julie? Was this something you've always wanted to do? Was it something you went to school for?
Well, I'm going to school for it. I'm taking advanced classes this summer, and I got into it because I am recovering from a tick-borne illness, and I actually had it done on me, and fibromyalgia, and I actually had it done on me, and it really helped. And I thought, well, this is something that I can do to help people, and it really works.
All right, so this is something where, so you were doing something completely different then, I'm going to say, Julie.
Yes. I actually, before Reflexology, I did a product launch on a medical device called CP Relief One, which now has gone universal, and it is now I was doing it by prescription. And so basically what they did then is it's now sold by a company out in California.
Right.
And so that part of my career ended because I didn't have to do the product launch anymore, but I do sell the product still.
Right. All right. So you were in the medical field, but doing something completely different.
Yes. I'm actually a nurse. I'm an LPN, and now I'm a IIR reflexologist.
All right. And again, you can reach out to her directly through the website, jrpainmanagement.com, or by giving her a call, 573-230-1748. Now, here we go. Julie, I got to ask the obvious. What the heck is reflexology? What does it all mean for those that may have heard the word, but they don't know exactly what it is?
Okay, our feet have reflexes to all the glands, organs, and parts of the body.
Okay.
And these reflexes connect to all the glands, organs, and parts of the body, and they, when they're stimulated, the glands and everything in the body relaxes, and it creates homeostasis, which is an environment that maintains it's a constant environment of healing. And so basically the stimulation of these reflexes relax the body and can create a natural healing environment.
All right. So give me an example of something you can treat. So you're saying you're working on the feet, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And you can treat other parts of the body simply by working on someone's foot.
Exactly. And so what we do is we do not diagnose or anything, but we can identify stressed areas in the feet, and we can do this. Like, for instance, we had a lady that came in, and her liver reflex was stressed, and so she decided to go to her doctor, and her liver enzymes were elevated.
Right.
And so she was able to identify this stressed area did not go away. And so she was able to follow up with her doctor, and then the doctor was able to figure out that she had elevated liver enzymes.
Okay.
So it does correspond with the areas in the body, and it is a very good modality. And then the majority of the people, when you do this after a while, everything, the stress, the painful areas in the feet go away. But there are some that it may not go away. So then that's when, you work with doctors, and then they can figure out, if there is something actually wrong with that area of the body.
Right. So now is this would this be considered Chinese medicine?
Well, I would say that it is. It comes from out in China. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and Egypt. It started in Egypt. That's where it started.
All right. Now, okay, so now you're working on the foot, and so say if somebody has a back issue. Now, are there specific parts of the foot that you would say, okay, you're suffering from that? I know if I go to this section here of your foot, it can possibly offer you the relief you're looking for.
Yes, it does. And this is the medial aspect of the foot. The medial side of the foot all the way down from the great toe all the way down to the heel.
All right. So by great toe, you mean big toe, right? Because I know it as my big toe.
A big
right.
toe. Mm-hmm. Yes. Uh-huh. Yes.
And what do you call the pinky toe?
The little toe.
Okay.
Small toe.
So it's not the great toe. It's just that little one at the end. Okay.
Yeah.
No, because I know. When you're dealing with something like this, you guys have different names for it. You have your own vernacular that goes into the work that you're doing. And some people might not understand. They're like, okay, great toe. I guess that would be the big toe. That one would seem to make sense. But you might have different names. I don't know. I like now. Okay, here's a question, because you know what? I have flat feet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are there different things that are associated with different types of people with, say flat feet versus mid arch versus high arch? Then you have people with, kind of walk on their toes, or you get those hard heel strikers. You know what I mean?
Yes. A lot of it has to do with the type of feet, the type of shoe that you wear, and then also it can be hereditary too.
Right.
And so there could be, you could have a normal foot, when you're born and everything. And then, throughout your life, you don't wear the proper shoes.
Right.
And so then your foot kind of gets flatter.
Right. Yeah, you know what?
And some people are born with flat feet. And in that case, they have to wear corrective shoes.
Right. Now, Julie, I'll tell you, I used to have fairly normal feet growing up. But I was a runner in high school and then into college. And then in college, due to the stress of the running on a small indoor track, which I found uncomfortable, eventually my arches fell from that constant stress from turning. So that's how my feet ended up like that.
Did you wear orthotics during that time?
I had to start afterwards, yeah.
Yes. Probably if you would have wore orthotics while you were running, perhaps your feet wouldn't have, become flat.
Right. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
But this was many moons ago. Oh my goodness! I'm showing my age here, Julie.
We learn later in life.
Right. So now,
yes.
With different types of things, like with different types of people in terms of the way their feet, look, the way they use, like I said, heel strikers versus toe walkers and stuff like that. Can those specific ways that people walk affect their body in terms of, okay, this is what's causing, say you're having a back problem. Let's go back to the back issue. That would mean, okay, you know what? I can see that because of the way you walk kind of thing. And here's how we can work on it.
Yes. What they can do is they can get a good pair of orthotics, and they have to make sure their feet, not pronated or turned inward or outward. Now, when you have your feet turned inward or outward, I'll just, rather than use the words, then that can throw off your back. And your back pretty much, it controls everything in your body.
Okay, so you're working with somebody with a back issue. I know we're stuck on the back issue, Julie. I know there's way more things that you can probably address with people. Now, is that something that you have to do like a constant? Okay, I want to see you in a week. We're going to do it again, or do you go by how the person and their body is responding?
No, I usually see them at least once a week, and then I also direct them to a pet orthopedist to get corrective shoes.
All right. So what are some of the
I have to use other people, get other people involved,
right?
Because I don't do the corrective shoes.
Gotcha. So now, what are some of the other things that you can? Because I feel like we're talking about lower back, but I know there's a plethora of different things, of different things you can address, right?
Exactly. What I do is I do the back reflex, and I usually concentrate on that, and I concentrate on the shoulder reflex, and the side of the neck is the side of the toe, so I concentrate on that in reflexology. I concentrate on the toes. Now those are up in the sinuses too, but it's that side of the great toe, which is the big toe, is the side of the neck. So I concentrate on that. The shoulders, that keeps the torso in alignment. And then I also work with a couple of pet orthopists and that I refer people to get orthotics. And that's what I do, and recommend like Brooks shoes. Brooks are really good.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, we have to take a quick break again. We're talking with our guest, Julie Rundgert. She is the owner at JR Pain Management. She's based out of Jefferson City, Missouri. If you want to find out more about her, the work that they do, how it can be beneficial to you and your health and overall wellness, you can reach out to her by phone at 573-230-1748 or go to the website jrpainmanagement.com. That's jrpainmanagement.com. When you get there, you can connect with her right there on the website. You can read up a little bit about her, what they do, what reflexology is and what it isn't, and take it from there. We've got to take a quick break, like I mentioned. When we come back, we'll talk more with Julie after these words right here on Elevated Radio.
The next step to following your dreams is closer than you think. KDMA and the Actors Studio is an established, reputable talent management and services agency based on the East Coast. Actors, models, singers, voiceover artists, and live entertainers trust their careers with KDMA. Not only does KDMA advise and market talent, they provide talent with the necessary tools to be successful in today's demanding entertainment industry, offering in-house classes, coaching, photo and video services, reel and audio production, showcases, seminars, and more. KDMA makes talent development and advancement simple and affordable. For more information about talent representation and services at KDMA and the Actors Studio, visit KDMA-and-theactorstudio.com. That's KDMA-and-theactorstudio.com. Let KDMA take your career to the next level.
A lot can happen in 6 seconds. A rodeo ride, a dramatic basketball win, and the world record holder can solve a Rubik's Cube. 6 seconds is how long it takes for an 18-wheeler traveling at a safe speed to come to a complete stop. And in those 6 seconds, that truck will travel the length of 2 football fields. So please, give them room. Never cut in front of a large truck for any reason. Our roads, our safety. Learn more at sharetheroadsafely.gov.
You're locked into Elevated Radio FM.
And welcome back to Elevated Radio again. My name is Rick Delgado. I'm your host, and we are sitting here with our guest, Julie Rundgert. She is the owner at JR Pain Management. You can reach out to her either by phone or by jumping online onto the website. If you're going to ring her up, of course, do so at 573-230-1748 or go online, jrpainmanagement.com. That's jrpainmanagement.com. And again, Julie, thank you again for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And it's amazing, and I've found this out, I want to say, in the last 10 or so years about how important, your foot and making sure it's healthy is to your overall health? Because if your feet hurt, you can't walk. And if you can't walk, you can't move. And I love to move.
Exactly. And when the feet hurt, there could be other things wrong, too.
Right.
And that's why it's so important to get reflexology, because we can identify problems in the respiratory system, the cardiac system, the skeletal system, endocrine system, digestive, sensory, lymphatic, and reproductive system.
Right. Now, okay, so now how do you figure out, when you're talking about the digestive system?
Yes.
Where are you addressing on the foot there, and what kind of things can you address?
Well, when I do reflexology, it's the left foot. I do the pancreas and the stomach, and then the intestines are located a little bit lower from the midfoot on both feet. And it corresponds, we go by zones. And so what's on, like for instance, your heart is on the left side of your body.
Okay.
And that will go down into your left foot. So that reflex, so you can identify somebody who may have problems with their heart,
right,
too.
Oh, you can. What do you mean you can identify?
Well, if they have a tension in that area and it does not go away, there could be a possibility that they need to be referred to a cardiologist.
Really?
Exactly.
Even if they're not feeling anything, even if they're like
no, if they usually feel something, and a lot of times they'll feel crunchies in their feet, and so there is a lot of things that go on that when you have chronic pain and burning in your feet, that could mean especially in the over the cardiac section of the foot,
right?
That could be a cardiac problem.
All right. Now, when I say they don't feel anything, I mean like they're like, no, I don't have any heart issues. I'm good. But
Exactly.
But you're
they
saying
may not even know they have any heart issues.
Right. But you're saying
Right.
that you can pick up on that, even if they're
Yes,
saying
we can pick up.
no heart issues. What are you talking about there, Julia? I'm good. Look at me. I'm like a truck. But you can pick it up in a certain section of their foot.
I can pick it up in the foot, and because if they have pain in their feet in that area, I can pick it up through that, and that's why it's so important to be working with physicians and to have that with physicians. Many of the physicians aren't really aware of this.
Right. Wow. Now that's kind of interesting. And you know
Yes.
what? I decided to pull up your Facebook page, JR Pain Management, Health and Reflexology, and there's a picture of you pointing to that foot chart. So if people want to take a look and kind of take a look at what she's talking about, when she can point out, you can see right there. It's all that. Holy cow! It's like every system in the body.
Exactly, and with if a person is having pain in the heart part of the foot, it could be stress and tension. It could be that their heart is stressed. Most of the time, reflexology, when we go over the solar plexus and the diaphragm, that will calm down.
Right.
There have been many people that have come in and they do have heart problems, and they do get relief through their feet. And so many times it'll calm down. If they continue to come back over and over and it does not go away, then I will find out if they're seeing a doctor.
Right.
A lot of times what I find is people aren't. They aren't seeing a doctor.
Right. And then, of course, with that knowledge now, they can like, hey, doc, I think I got to go see someone.
Exactly. And they, a lot of people that, do the natural remedies,
right.
Don't even have a physician. And then there's a lot of people that can't afford it or, just don't even have insurance.
Right. Now, okay, so now you can address those kinds of things. What about actual foot issues, like I was talking about earlier. I got the fallen arches thing, but I know what do you call it? What's that thing that everybody seems to get these days? And has trouble walking. It's in the fascia of the foot, and what's it called?
Oh, plantar fasciitis.
Yes.
Okay, plantar fasciitis. We deal with that a lot, and so we have foot rollers that can help that. There is I work over it's the lower lumbar. It's like L3 to L5, and then over the bladder reflex, because a lot of times and just encourage them to drink a lot of water. We don't really know exactly what causes it, but I work the back and that area for plantar fasciitis, and it has been helping people with plantar fasciitis.
Right. Now, if you can do stuff like that, along with, let's face it, you're pointing out stuff that you can do for the heart. I see here there are things that you can do for the gallbladder and different organs. Working from the foot. How come more regular, regular old doctors, as they call them, aren't really utilizing you and other people that can do this?
I'm not really sure. The only thing that I can think of is just lack of knowledge.
Now, are there specific, like, MDs that you will work with, that you refer people to and such when you find certain issues?
Yes, I do. I have a list of them that I will refer people to a physician. Absolutely.
All right. Well, that's good to know because, and I'm sure that, when you're referring somebody like this and they do find that issue that you've talked about, that kind of has to make them go, maybe they're onto something over here. Maybe I should be paying more attention, you would think.
Yes. And it's just a matter of what I'm working on is getting the paperwork and everything to where I can have a referral system set up, and I'm working on that right now. It is something that needs to be done.
Yeah, no doubt, because it seems like you're able to, catch things even before they start to show symptoms, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And it's just because of the stressed areas, and that is definitely, you can definitely tell because it corresponds with the organ and gland in the body, and it's also related to the different systems, the respiratory system, like the lungs.
Right.
You got the lungs, chest, and breast, and then you come in, have someone comes in, and they can't breathe very good, and they work in an area where they're around mold and things. Usually what I do is encourage them after a while, if that doesn't, that stress doesn't go down their foot,
right,
to see their physician. And a lot of times the physician can't see it from their end,
right, but
I can see it from the foot's end. Yes.
That's kind of amazing. Hey, what about something like, because, it is springtime now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people deal with allergies and stuff like that. Can you affect the nose and the sinuses by working on the foot? And
yes,
what specific part?
The area right below the toes, and there's the eyes and the ears are right below the toes, and then the toes are everything in the brain and the shafts of the teeth, and I could even get down to dental too. Because
are you serious?
Yes, because there are people that come in and their teeth are bad, but they can't afford to go to the dentist,
right?
Because it's not included in the health care plan, or it's not readily
Yeah, they can't afford it.
A lot of people have trouble with that,
right?
And getting help, and it's really expensive. And I suggest they go see a dentist, and they'll say, I can't afford it.
Right.
I never see a dentist.
All right, but you can help them out simply by working on their foot.
I can help them out by working on their foot, and I do, have some supplements and
right,
stuff that I can recommend, but we don't diagnose or anything.
Right.
So I just try to get them to go to their physician first.
Right.
And then see if the physician doesn't pick up on anything, then they come back to me, then that's when I'll recommend.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Last question here. And you might think I'm silly, but I got to ask it. What
Sure.
what about those? How's the sensitive way to put this? What about those that are lacking a certain type of, say, sex drive? Can you affect the sex drive by working on the foot?
Absolutely.
Really?
There is a place. You've got the prostate, and you've got the the ovaries, and you can help that through the foot. There are reflexes on the sides of the foot, the sides where the ankle's at, and that you can work. And there's just so much that you can do with that. You can also tell if a person is having chronic pain in that area, it doesn't go away with reflexology. You can refer them to a physician for that to get that checked out,
right? Just
to make sure they don't have anything serious going on.
Wow. Okay. So now is this equal for men and women?
Equal for men and women. Mm-hmm.
And it's just working on one part of the foot can
exactly
help overcome any, I guess. I guess would it be considered sexual dysfunction? Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
It could be, and there could be like a lot of stress involved there, right. And just getting reflexology can help.
Right, and if it's stress that's affecting your sex drive, then yeah, I guess working that stress out is definitely going to be a plus. It'll definitely beat getting a prescription for a drug. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and it would be a lot better than getting because the drugs can interact with different things in the body and then cause side effects.
Right. Yeah, and the last thing you want are side effects. I think everybody's starting to move towards a more natural way of dealing with things. At least with the smaller things like.
Exactly.
If you're having a heart attack, yes, you go to the hospital. If you've got cancer, you got to go to the hospital. There are certain things that Western medicine is wonderful for, but for a lot of other things, like we've discussed here with Julie today, is something like reflexology could be the answer for you. Whether it's a sinus issue or maybe it's a back issue, which we talked about as well. Maybe you've got other things going on. That can be addressed right there with the work that Julie does. So reach out to her. Her name, once again, she's the owner at JR Pain Management, is Julie Rundgert. You can reach out to her either by phone or through the website, jrpainmanagement.com. That's jrpainmanagement.com. Give her a call as well, 573-230-1748. She's based out of Jefferson City, Missouri. Hey, Julie, thank you so much for joining us today and educating us on another way we can be taking better care of ourselves.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you're very welcome, and we appreciate it. Thanks for the knowledge. We'll be back with more on Elevated Radio right after these words.
You're locked into Elevated Radio FM. Radio FM. Radio.